Namaslay.
Good morning.
Morning.
Here we are, Namaslay Inc. on Saturday.
On a Saturday.
Right?
All right, well, let's get started. So if you don't know, guys, welcome. This is our Sister Circle Saturday, and I am Severina. That's Angelina, and we are Namaslay. Today we're going to be talking about self-love and positive self-talk. But before we really get into it, Angelina, may you start us off with a grand exercise?
So first, just a big deep breath. And just feel all the stress and tension and just anything that you're holding in. Just feel it melt away and a huge wave of just relaxation come over your body. Like noticing your body, your head, letting your jaw just loosen through your shoulders, your chest, through your belly and your legs, out through your feet. And with every wave of relaxation, just let your body soften and picture in your mind something that you want to create. It can be like a situation, an experience, an outcome, but really just kind of be in that moment and let yourself feel what it's like. So just take a minute and feel yourself in that experience you've created. Take another really deep breath. And then with your eyes closed, imagine a movie screen and watch the scene unfold. Like, what are you hearing? What are you seeing? And just continue to watch this really beautiful movie before you. Now imagine yourself walking into the movie screen and seeing yourself becoming one with the image on the screen. Notice how expanded you feel, how open and peaceful in this dream moment. Take a couple of deep breaths as you experience your creation and feel the inspiration and the fulfillment, and really just take it in. Just know that you're already moving in the direction of your heartfelt desire, and that a simple practice like this daily can make all those dreams of everything you want, no matter what it is, real. Just feel it like it is real. Whenever you're ready, just open your eyes.
Oh, so nice.
Hey, that one works. That one's gonna make me some money, I'm telling you. That's self-loving right there.
You need to send it to me because I need to start doing that.
Believe and receive.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's see. Since you are a transformational coach and a happiness coach, or teacher, I should say, do you have any tips on how we can practice self-love and self-care?
I think we were talking about this earlier, and you said something so funny, like, what do we do when we think of self-love? And you're like, it's like a mask in the bath. But then with your like 2-year-old, you're like, I'm self-loving over here. So like,
yes, leave me alone, child. Mama needs some self-love right now.
Right. I like, what does that even really mean? Like when you think of it, like I think that's the picture I get too. So yeah, there are definitely some deeper levels, and that's like, taking ownership of your happiness, like forgiving other people, forgiving yourself, not always looking for the problem, but looking for like the lesson in a thing and kind of like the gift, you know? And so those things are very self-loving too. And like sometimes even being a little bit selfish, I think, and
Oh, for
taking
sure.
the time you need, and all that's part of like not feeling guilt too, you
But
know?
it's also, yeah, exactly. It's also not even being selfish. It's just what you need, because you need that and able to, um, like, live properly. Like, in order
Yeah.
to take care of everybody else that you need to take care of, you need to take care of yourself first.
Yeah. Everybody will be happier if I'm happier. That's for sure in my
Exactly.
house with a house full of boys.
Mama needs her self love.
That's right.
It could even be like celebrating wins and stuff. Like,
Yeah, totally.
no matter like how big or small, it just makes you feel like you're doing something right. Makes you feel more proud. Makes you just feel
Yeah.
good.
I'd love to hear from some people on the call too, like what is one thing that's a win from this week? You guys willing to answer? And Seb, do you have one?
To win,
Mhm.
I completed my application for a place that
Yeah,
took
hey,
me
that
forever.
works. I had a family friend come want me to sell their house, so that's kind of awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So
Get that
I'm like,
shmoney,
little
girl.
side money.
Get that shmoney.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of things, right? Is like not believing everything that you think, you know? And yeah, Nikki, about to close her first deal.
You go,
I
girl.
love that.
Make that Nama money.
That's right. And it could be something simple too, like, hey, I woke up this, like I'm live. Or
Right. I did my hair today.
or like no matter what, yeah, right?
I put makeup on. Shit.
Meditating. Yeah, I love that. Um, that's what it's all about. Because like once you kind of like incline your mind towards joy, and you even start like going through your head about thinking like what the good things were, it changes like your whole body. Like they've done scientific studies on this, and they notice that like the heart rhythm, even when you breathe and you like focus on your heart and on your breathing, that your whole rhythm changes like molecularly. And that's really crazy to me,
Yeah,
like
but
these things are actually being proven. So yeah,
when you
I
tell
love
people
thinking of
that
the
you're
good
like
things.
into meditation and shit, they think like, oh my god, you're such a, I don't know, like a weirdo or whatever. But it's like
Right.
literal science. Like, I'm not a weirdo. If anything, I'm a scientist, because like
Right.
this is proven to help.
Yeah, exactly. Could back it up by science.
Exactly. I think also another thing that I've been noticing about, I guess, how I've been taking care of myself is just getting rid of like toxic relationships. Like, I don't know, just people that bring you down or don't support you. Not like financially, obviously, but like in any of your endeavors, or I don't know,
Yeah.
just toxic people in general, toxic relationships, no matter if they're blood or not. Like,
No, that's true.
there's this one quote that I like. It says, you're the CEO of your life. Hire, fire, and promote accordingly.
Yeah, right. And I like that.
I love that one.
Well, and there's ways to like if somebody is a family member or if it's like a partner and it's not something that you can totally break from easily, there are also ways of learning how to just
Distance.
connect in your own mind and not let that be a part of what you're feeling. I mean, it's not always going to be avoidable, and it shouldn't be, because some things you should just feel to kind of determine what that means. But there are ways where you just kind of become more self-referral and you don't really care about what people think or what their opinions are, because it's separate from what you know about yourself. And, so that's kind of like the trick there. So it's not always just, sometimes you live with the person, right? I mean, like, go find a new place. I don't know. That's not going to work.
Get your own room. I don't know. No,
We
but
do
for me,
have an
it's like
extra room, and I use it every
okay,
now
go
and
in your closet. I don't know.
then.
But for me, it's like my family members that are just like, I don't know, just very opinionated and just like toxic. And I don't know. I've
I
just
think
learned
we
to
all got them.
yeah, I've just learned to just distance myself. And then with friendships, I don't know. I guess I'm just different. I cut people off a little too easily. That's why I don't really have any friends.
You see, well,
But
I don't know, but like you said, you are. I think but you are the collection of the five closest people around you. So,
that's
like,
true.
what are those people doing? You know, some of them you can't avoid. so, so keeping that circle, um, you know, maybe not small, but if you invite somebody into your space, then they're going to have a big impact. So I think that is really
Quality
important.
over quantity. There we
That's
go.
right.
How do you stop yourself from like talking to yourself negatively? Like one thing that I really struggle with is when I was in high school, I got bullied because I was a little bigger. And one of the things that this girl would always call me is like a chode. She would always say, "You fat chode," or what? Yeah, it was crazy. I honestly don't even know what I ever did to this girl. She was like one of the popular girls, but she would always pick on me. But anyways, so like when I go running and stuff, like when I want to give up, I always hear in my head like, "You fat chode," like I don't know. But how do you stop that like negative self-talk, I guess?
It's funny because I have a similar story, except like my grandfather wanted me to be a businesswoman, so he would like make me read, right? And it's like if I didn't do something right, he'd be like, "Don't be stupid" or "Don't sound stupid." And so that's the thing I tell myself too. And when I notice it, like I really have to catch it. And I know that sounds horrible, but like, you know, I know he meant well, but
Yeah,
but it's still like we pick up those things and everybody has them. That's the thing. Everybody has that thing that they say in their head. So, the first thing is like to question your thoughts. Like, well, do I really think that's true? Probably the answer is no. And
that's true.
even if it is yes, then you say, well, can I know for a fact that that's true? So sometimes we think that other people think something about us as well, but it's a reflection of what we're thinking. Um, so it's really important to kind of like get beyond the mind and just kind of like let go of stuff, just like have like more of a, I don't really exactly know or care, you know? And like focusing on the stuff that brings joy, right? Like focusing on the wins and making a practice of that helps that a lot. But every once in a while you'll have to catch yourself, especially if you're tired, you're not sleeping well, you're in that mindset, you're around some negative people, then it takes just a little bit more practice, like exercising any muscle.
That's true. Nikki says to replace negative self talk by quickly and mindfully forgiving the thought, then replacing it with a mantra. That's
Yeah.
good.
Writing those mantras on a mirror, like getting a dry erase marker. I have like this mirror where I have like all my little special things, like my sage and my candles and, some like things I've collected from the beach, whatever.
Yeah.
And on the mirror, I'll put like my intention for that week or something that I like want to manifest into my life or something like positive to focus on. And so yeah, I am worthy. I am creative. I love myself. Like, can be something super simple too. Be
Mm-hmm.
like, I am living the life of my dreams. I am living in peace, especially if you're feeling really unpeaceful, just by telling your mind that it's really crazy how powerful it is. I mean, to be honest, 3 years ago, I was so depressed I could not even get out of bed. Like, and be there now, and not a lot has changed in between, but to
Your
go from
mindset.
there to where I am now, where every day, like, I mostly feel joy and I it's crazy to me how it didn't have anything to do with circumstances and definitely not genetics, because I know that there are people, like, I kind of got like the genetic side of that, and it's possible to overcome circumstances and genetics. It's actually really a small part of the fraction. It's all about um, like positive, like good habits.
I think for me, doing the whole mirror thing is probably the biggest thing that's helped me. Like, since I've started like my whole spiritual journey and stuff, that's one of the things that I've been doing that's really, really helped me. And it's crazy. It seems so small and it seems like kind of corny a little bit, but it helps a lot.
I love Nicole. Nicole will say, our Namaslay girl will say, she'll look at herself in the mirror, she'll be like, damn, you fine. Like, I love that.
Yeah, she definitely does not need help in that department. She's got it.
But just like doing that, just like loving on yourself, and
because if you don't, you can't expect anybody else to.
No one else will. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's how you continue, like, in bad relationships. And if you're not loving yourself like that, then no one else is gonna either. Like, it starts with you, because like once you don't like a behavior, you'll be like, not dealing with that.
Exactly. So one of your programs is being happy for no reason. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so it's like usually we think like, I'll be happy when I have a few $1,000s, or I'll be happy when, I'm in a good relationship. And so like we put these markers on there, but I promise you, if you get there, you have all the money, you have this awesome relationship, you're still gonna find lack, because there's always another thing. You're gonna need more money. You're gonna, want to connect more. There's always going to be issues. Something's always going to come up. So it's about being happy no matter what's happening. Even if like really crappy stuff is happening, it's still like, finding the small joys. And, one of the ways to do that I really, really like is just like, if you spend one day just being really nice, right? You let people into your lane, you help somebody out, you smile at somebody, like that feedback that you get, because we pass energy back and forth. Like when you're in a bad mood, people don't treat you good, right? So one of the easiest ways to change that, like super quick, is to just, I'm not saying you have to be nice all the time. Just, do a couple extras that day, and, just like take notice to how it makes you feel. Like that is better than any antidepressant ever. That's one of the big ones. And then,
it sucks though when the person that you're doing the good thing for is like a dick back to you. Like, like sometimes like you'll let somebody like cut in front of you, whatever, and then I don't know, they flip you off or something.
Yeah. But then they're carrying that with them, right? That's probably the state of mind that they're in right now. But you doing the little thing that you did, it passes on to them. And maybe when they go home, they're a little bit less angry. And maybe then, like say that person a little bit better to their children. And I mean, it's a whole like kind of wave effect that you can have on a person by doing one nice thing. Letting somebody in the grocery line, or, could even be like, that's that whole thing where they were paying for the thing in Starbucks. I don't know about that one. I don't know.
I love that, especially when there's nobody behind me and I'm the last person. I'm like,
yes. Especially when nobody's behind me. Oh my God. I saw a friend did that once and he got stuck with like
a $30 bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you end up only getting one thing, and you pay like $50 for the person behind.
I'm never going to Starbucks yet. No. Yeah. So that's kind of what it's all about, and it's all about like building the foundation, which is taking ownership of doing it. And then it goes into like each part, like the mind, the heart, the body, the soul, connecting to like spirit, trusting, kind of like, in God and the universe, just putting that out there, just saying, even especially if you don't believe, and it's not like you have to believe in God or anything particular. It's just saying, like, I'm going to let you have this, and I want you to show me a sign. Like, let me know. And it's crazy what can happen almost instantly. And I don't know, not to like keep going, but like the thing that worked most for me was finding the thing that I was passionate about. And that was because I suffered so much when I was little that the thing that really, really, really changed it for me was finding that one thing that I was super passionate about. And that's like coaching people like on being happy after trauma, or, if they suffer from depression or whatever. That was the game changer.
Wow, that's awesome. How do you think building a routine kind of helps with, I don't know, your whole self-care, self-love regimen, I guess?
You don't have to think about it. Once something becomes a habit, you only need to do it for, I think they said 21 days, but even a couple of weeks. So you start like not even having to remind yourself. And so when you start a day like that, a day of like before you even put your feet on the floor, just being like, thank you, and being in that mindset, or having that, having something written on your mirror. So it's the first thing that you see when you wake up. Once those things become habits, and you start doing one nice thing every day, and you start sleeping and nourishing your body, and trusting and finding the thing you're passionate about, like, once you start doing that, the relationships get better. You only welcome in people who are good for you, and it just starts feeling better. It's crazy. It can happen in like one day. That's how it happened for me. Like one day I was like, oh, I get it.
The self-caring it just becomes automatic.
Yeah. And like Nikki's saying, the big mofa, it's the motivating factor. What's your big motivating factor?
What the hell is a mofa?
The first time she said that, I'm like, what'd you call me? Call me a mofa? I don't even know what that means.
I thought you were about to put your hair out. Take out your earrings. Oh my god. Do you have any other self-caring, self-love tips?
I mean, besides taking a bath and wearing a mask.
Putting cucumbers on your eyes and all that.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's it. I think just going easy on yourself. Just saying, like, even if it's just forgiving yourself for something you think that you did, you just be like, I'm going to forgive you for that. Like, I just, like, I love you, and it doesn't matter. And treating yourself like you would a child, you're not going to be hard on somebody like a kid, right? You can be like, you screwed that up. You're stupid. You're not going to do that.
You dumb 1-year-old. How dare
talk to yourself that way. And I love that. Nikki said, get glammed up, take yourself out on a date. Heck yeah. Yeah, that helps. I think there was like 3 solid months where I never put on a face.
During quarantine?
But it does feel good. Yeah. Makeup.
Yeah. Oh my god. My skin, it got so good during quarantine. Oh my god.
That's a positive right there.
Oh yeah. Quarantine. Good skin.
That's right.
You're not wearing makeup, and you're not going out as often, so you don't get all those chemicals from the air and stuff on your face. Mm-hmm. Oh man. That's definitely one positive from quarantine. Glowing skin. Are there any tips that you could give us for staying happy throughout the day and not like buying into all the negative energy and stuff that we might succumb to?
Yeah, I think like when you're like in a bad moment, just taking a deep breath and just going like, I'm going to change this. And in that moment, just be nice to somebody, smile at somebody, call somebody, reach out to someone, and just be kind. And that whole wave effect will come back to you. Also putting good things in your body. And, sometimes just the breathing. So even just 5 deep breaths will completely change the way you feel. So especially for people who suffer from like PTSD or panic and anxiety. That's one of the things that can like completely change you on a cellular level is in through your nose, big belly breath out through, your mouth. And you do 5 of those and it will just like change the chemical makeup of your brain.
Wow.
I mean, just to snap out of it. And, it does take practice, but the more you practice it, the better it gets. And it's better than like any medication.
I mean, that'll definitely help me during my little road rage moments where I just want
to
throw pennies out the car in front of me. Any other thoughts?
Just be kind to yourself. That's it. That's the big one is just love on yourself today. That's what it's all about.
Loving yourself and be nice to others.
Yeah.
Essentially just be a good person. To yourself and other people.
Yeah. I think, but I take one day to just kind of like have a selfish day too. It doesn't mean like be mean to everybody else. I'm not saying that, but just have a day where you're really doing self-love Saturday. There you go. Love that.
Yes, every Saturday.
Yes.
All right. Well, on that note, we are Namaslay. This was our Sister Circle Saturday. Thank you for all of your insight, Angelina. This is a good one.
Yeah, you guys definitely bring me up. So I love you. Join us, our Namaslay podcast, and follow us on IG, Namaslay Inc, Namaslay.Inc.
Yes. And join us for our next Sister Circle Saturday. The link to sign up will be in our bio on Instagram. So have a good day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.